You are starting to experience back pain and you want to know why. Back pain is actually the result of your daily routine, your daily activities, the movements you make from morning to evening. However, we are not aware of which movements work against back pain and which contribute to it. And that's why nothing is a coincidence. The secret of why you have back pain or not yet is difficult to uncover because no one can exactly understand it, but I'll tell you a secret. I'm explaining to you that you are doing something either for or against your back pain without knowing it because you move all day, and the movements you make are a form of training. This training can lead to back pain or help prevent it. And that is why it is important to realize that everything you do during the day, such as sitting, causes you to build up too much tension in the front, and your body wants to balance that out because it is being pulled forward by pulling it back again. And then you have different muscle forces working in your body. And the secret now is that you know what kind of forces they are and how you can counteract the negative effects of them with exercises. Please go to the wall to begin the first exercise. Take a moment and feel inside how's your back if you feel any pain. And now please step away from the wall, place your hands against the wall and briefly focus on your pelvis. It is very important in this exercise that you push the groins forward and slightly pull in the belly button. And by doing that, you will notice you tilt your pelvis slightly in a different direction. It becomes more upright and you notice that you already feel a bit of tension here in the groins. And then you move forward with the groins, trying at the same time to pull back the navel so that you overextend in the groins, in the hip joints. Hold on well with your hands against the wall, and now you will increasingly feel tension in the front, in the groin area, and maybe also in the abdomen. And we love that tension because it shows that you are stretching exactly what needs to be stretched. With this exercise, we balance out the sitting. We compare this to sitting, where the thighs are forward and you have a right angle at the hip. And now we go in the other direction. We are releasing the shortening and tension in the front. And as you continue to move forward with your hips, with the pelvis, with the groin, you notice how this tension increases, but do not overdo it. Stay in this position so that the pulling sensation you feel, which can also extend into the back, is welcomed because it means we are stretching exactly where we need to. We are convinced that you must work on your back pain through exercise. Always forward. But stay in the area that is still just about tolerable. It must still be a comfortable pain. If you like, you can tilt your head backwards. But that doesn't have to be. Adjust it a bit depending on how it feels. It may be that at the beginning, when you do it for the first time, it is a bit too much. Breathe nicely in and out. And now we are going to do something very special. Now let's incorporate some strength training so that these muscles, which are too short, can also function properly in their length. And press with the help of your hips, with the strength from the hip, straighten your torso. But since you're pressing your hands against the wall, you can't do that. That is called tension without movement, counter-tension without movement. Then you relax again and go a little further in and hold on for a few more seconds. We have almost made it. And now you slowly release. Slowly release. Take a few steps. Feel inside. When you feel good, then lean forward a little. Once more. Bring a little movement back in. For the second exercise, please sit on a chair and move forward enough to give your legs a bit of freedom. And then put your feet next to each other and try to see if you can bend forward here and how far you can go. And if you notice that everything is very resistant and you can hardly get to this point, then stay here. Maybe you will also come up to the shins, maybe even down to the feet. Find what position is more suitable for you. And in this position, you already notice that your lower back is pulling. And now the exercise begins because we want to stretch out that pulling in the lower back. What you're feeling pulling is the tension of the muscles that want to keep the body upright and are always very activated due to the shortening while sitting. That's where the muscle tightness comes from, which is why the masseur or masseuse always says you have a tense back. And now we stretch into that area and relax it. Breathe in and out deeply, and inch by inch, move yourself forward at the level where you're practicing. But make sure that this stretching pain which arises is significant, but it should not be too intense. It must be such that it can still be tolerated well. It should never be that you have to stop exercising because you can't bear it anymore. Then you would have practiced too intensively, so really feel into it. It should pull clearly, but it must still be tolerable. And continue to breathe deeply and try to go further inch by inch as the muscles in the back give way a little further in. Breathe in deeply and breathe out deeply. And if you can already manage that, hold on to your legs or feet, wherever your hands are, and pull yourself up as if you want to straighten up using your back muscles. This way we bring a bit of strength into these muscles. And relax again and continue to stretch further. But only do this by tensing if you can already manage it. If not, you stretch further and further. The effect is already very, very good. And then you slowly come back up. Slowly stand up, move a little more freely, take a few steps and feel inside. And don't be surprised if it already feels a little different. Hopefully easier. That's what a lot of people say. Now we are going to do the final exercise. We do that on both sides. Sit down in the chair. Yes, perfect, sit down. And depending on what type of chair you have, turn to the left and see where you can grab. Here I have a backrest that I can hold on to. Take your other hand backwards. First reach with your left hand. And as soon as you can reach with your right hand, you help with it. And now you have to turn. Also make sure that your feet are somehow in contact with the chair legs. The pelvis should not rotate to avoid sliding. And keep turning further to the left. You may, if you wish, include the head. Yes, you can turn your head, but you don't have to if you prefer not to. If you can do it, then rotate it. There you have even more stretching, even more relaxation. But do it the way you can manage it. And as with the other exercises as well, breathe deeply. Pay attention to where it pulls now. It is very different in this exercise. Depending on which muscles have been shortened, this can pull in the lower back. This can radiate into the pelvic area, into the hip area. This can also pull a bit further up in the spine. Go deeper into the stretch, but you must still bear it well. And breathe deeply in and out. This can be a bit exhausting. If it's too strenuous for you, then release a bit, dear. Always in a way that still feels good. Just a comfortable pain. The exercises must be fun. That is totally important. You shouldn't feel them as torture. That would be too much, because then we would also build up too much counter tension again. Extremely intense is not good. Breathe nicely. Feel exactly where it pulls. Maybe try reaching around again if you notice it becomes uncomfortable. Yes, rotate to the left. Because this is also a movement that we hardly ever do in everyday life. And the body needs as much movement as possible. And now try it very gently. You hold yourself firmly in the position you are in and try to rotate the trunk to the right. Because you are holding on tightly, you are not succeeding. Try this. If this is still too difficult for you in the beginning, then leave it out. Then simply stretch further in. And then you slowly come out again. Always move slowly, especially after the stretches, which are intense. Just feel inside. How am I? How does that feel? And now we go to the other side. Now please turn to the right. Reach back again. And try to move your torso as far to the right as possible. Try to consciously feel the tension. Where do you feel the stretching? Because wherever you feel the stretching, something is happening. Something is changing. That's what I said the body needs in terms of training to counteract back pain. Or to prevent it. These exercises will help you release the pain. Keep turning further in. As I said, this can pull in the hip joints. That can pull in the lower back. Further up in the thoracic spine. Maybe you also tighten your shoulders a little. That can be. But then please consider it as training. But even this effort in the shoulder must not be such that you have to stop the exercise. All of this must still feel positive. And as soon as you notice that it becomes too strenuous, too painful, you ease up a bit. But stay in the exercise. Because we have to do this for 2 minutes. 2 to 2.5 minutes. Because then the body gets used to this stretching. And you get the most out of it. And you'll be further away from your back pain. And now we will also make an attempt here. If you can already do that, then join in. Turn your torso to the left, but not the pelvis. And then relax again. And go a little further into the rotation. And then you slowly come out again. And move a little freely. These 3 exercises, which we have just done, actually 4, because the last one was to the left and to the right, usually ensure that the back pain you may already have slowly decreases. And if you do them 6 days a week, then they will eventually disappear. Or if you haven't had any back pain yet, then you have good chances of not getting any. Please share this video with anyone who has back pain or does not want to get any. They will thank you for it. And if you want to do a routine against back pain, please click here. Goodbye until the next video.